Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I have something a little different. I'm just going to share with you some coins that I picked up over the years at Walt Disney World. You might have heard me say in some of my other videos that I do live in Florida. And if you live in Florida, you've probably been to Disney World at some point during your life. If you've ever lived here any amount of time. And I've been there many, many times. And a lot of people don't know that you can actually buy coins and medals at Walt Disney World at various places. Actually, pin trading seems to be the most popular thing in Disney, but you can get coins and medals. So the first ones I want to share with you, actually this top row, I'll separate these a little bit, is the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. They do have a place where you can buy these medals, coins or medals, right at the end of the ride at the exit. As you exit the ride, there is a gift shop, and if you look to your left, you'll be able to see this little kiosk machine where you can purchase those. And actually, I will cut to a scene where I videoed what the machine looks like and how it works. So I'll just take a break right here and cut to those videos. And that was the machine at the Pirates of the Caribbean. Very simple to use. You just insert your cash or your credit card and just press the button of the coins you want. And you can get all 4 of them for, I don't know, I think about $20. But they do have other machines. I know I've seen some on Main Street in hotels. The other one, I did get some coins with at Disney Springs. Disney Springs is a retail well, not an outlet. A retail outdoor mall area. It has retail shops. It has lots of restaurants, really good restaurants. They're all good, like Planet Hollywood, Rainforest Cafe, things such as that. Also have, of course, a lot of them are Disney themed. They have a bowling alley, movie theater, a lot of stuff there. If you ever get a chance, I'd recommend going. But they do have a pin trading station on the east side, kind of open air, lots of pins. But they do have a machine, one of these same machines as you can get coins. And actually, I did video that machine and the coins that I got. So I'll just take a short break and cut to those. And that was the machine for the little kiosk at Disney Springs. Once again, they offer 4 different coins. The first one that I got was one of Walt and Mickey. Once again, this kind of shiny brass looking finish to it. Of course, this is kind of a logo for Disney Springs. So this will be the same for all the coins, same reverse. Second one, just a simple one, same kind of finish for Mickey, the one and only. And of course, same back, same reverse. Another one commemorating 2021. Need to get back there to see if they updated it for 2022 or if they've changed any of the coins around. And the last one from Disney Springs. This is actually, it's different from all the others. Kind of a glossy or bright copper finish, showing all the main characters: Mickey, Goofy, Donald, Pluto, with the same reverse. So these are examples of coins you can get now if you were to go to the Magic Kingdom or Walt Disney World Resort and find these little kiosk machines that you can buy these from. But Walt Disney World actually has been selling coins and medals for a long time. As I said before, I've gone there for many years, and I've actually picked up many over the years. So I'll just kind of move these a little bit out of the way, make room for some others. First one I have is one that I picked up many years ago. This is actually the first coin or medal I picked up from Walt Disney World. I actually picked it up, bought it back mid-80s, I want to say 85. Of course, as a little kid, I lost it. I don't know what happened to it, but I went back there in the early 90s. I think it was 92, and they were still selling them. And so I picked up another one, still have it. It actually did not come in this case. Just to show you an example, these are the cases they came in. These little plastic covers to them. You can actually see some of them. Actually, that's what they sold for back then, $6. You can pick these up on eBay. because they don't sell them at the park anymore, but they're going to set you back maybe $15, $20. But I was afraid those containers contain PVC, which are not good for long-term storage, so I decided to find these holders. I tried to use the same holders I was using for these other coins, but these coins are a lot bigger. They're closer in size to a Silver Eagle than they are to these others that I got that are more closer to like a Morgan or Peace Silver Dollar. And they also have a very high relief. You can't tell from this angle, but the relief on these coins is very high, much more so than the others. So these containers that I found fit a lot better. So this is Pirates of the Caribbean. It's one of the, well, actually, it's a funny story, is original to Disneyland Park in California. When the park opened in 1971, it was not at the Magic Kingdom in Florida. But within a year or two, they did put it in there, so it wasn't an opening day attraction. But it's based on different scenes on the ride. If you look at the reverse, there's a skeleton holding a wheel, very similar to this one right here. If you look, the earlier one I showed you, same scene, which is toward the beginning of the ride, in the cave scene or cavern scene, and then you also see one of the other later scenes at the end of the cavern scene where the ship is fighting the fort. And then on the obverse of this coin, you have some. This actually was a scene that is no longer at the attraction. Back in 2006, Disney updated the scene to include Jack Sparrow. So there's a scene at the very end where he is celebrating all the treasures he found at the town treasury. But before that, they actually had a scene with all these pirates celebrating, ransacking the town treasury. If you go back and look on YouTube, you can actually go and look up videos from Pirates of the Caribbean prior to 2006, and if you watch the video all the way to the end, you can see where they had that scene in there that's no longer there. But anyway, that's Pirates of the Caribbean, first coin I got many years ago. Here's some others. Actually, I got some of these are just eBay finds. Here's one of Liberty Square, one of my favorite areas of the park. You can see where they have the Hall of Presidents right behind it, and Liberty Tree in front of it, and then on the back, or I guess this would probably be the reverse. The obverse would be Mickey, Donald, and Goofy with the American flag. But once again, very high relief on this coin. A lot of detail. The coins back then were a lot better than what they're making today. They have not improved. They were a lot, if you can find them, I much prefer the old style designs. A lot more detail, a lot more higher relief in the older coins. Here's another one. This is just kind of a generic one that has just commemorating the park. I assume this is also from the maybe mid 80s or early 80s, just like the previous two. I say that because you see that symbol that symbolizes Disney World. Let me zoom in a little bit. You don't see that used anymore, very much at all. That's kind of an early symbol. So I assume this is probably from the 80s when they started selling these. This one just commemorates all the different lands. You can see, of course, Cinderella's Castle, Tomorrowland with Spaceship Earth, and then a scene of Liberty Square. We have the Hall of Presidents, and then off to the right you can see, I think that's probably the Liberty Tree Tavern, my favorite restaurant anywhere on Disney property. And then you have the Tiki Room in Adventureland, and then the fort, which is at Tom Sawyer's Island in Frontierland. So, very nice coin. Once again, lots of detail from that one. Here's another one. This is actually a small one. This commemorates Epcot, different finish, probably different material too, because it has like a silver finish to it. It's definitely not aluminum because it has some good weight behind it. This one, I believe, commemorated the opening of the park. Okay, the park opened, or Epcot opened in 1982, October 1st, 1982. So I'm shooting this video October the 5th. So it's been open for 40 years and 5 days is when it opened. And I can tell it's one of the earlier just because it says Epcot Center. When Epcot opened, it was known as Epcot Center. They dropped the center at some point, maybe after 10, 15 years, but at some point they dropped the center. It's just simply Epcot now. And then on the reverse, they have a statement. Actually, you can see on there, let me see if I can zoom in. Okay. I think the year is like 1982, if you see right up there. 1982 copyright. So that's the year it opened. I actually found this at an estate sale. Didn't get it at the park, but got it at an estate sale. Here's another one, very similar, just larger size. Looks just like it on the front, just a lot more detail, where you have Spaceship Earth in front. Also says Epcot Center, so I'm assuming this is about the same time period, and then just an old Epcot Center symbol that they don't use really anymore. Just kind of move these up a little bit, make some more room for some. I got quite a few more. Here's another one, commemorating MGM Studios, actually the opening of MGM Studios. Now that's known as Hollywood Studios. They changed it about 10 years ago to Hollywood Studios from MGM. But it opened October 1st, 1989. So it says opening spring 89, so I assume this was made sometime before that, just mainly advertising the opening of the new park, which was to open in 1989. Here's one second, they're sticking together. Okay, got another one here. This is actually one that I picked up at a thrift shop in Claremont, Florida. I was traveling back, and they have a farmer's market in Claremont, a small town just west of Disney World. And I went to a thrift store, and that was opening, and I found this in here. And I think I paid like $6, $7 for it. Probably the same price it was when it was really sold back in '91. But it was commemorating the 20th anniversary of the opening of Disney World. October 1st, 1991 was the 20th anniversary. And this one, some decent detail, but definitely doesn't have the sharpness or the high relief of some of these others that I've previously shown you. Here's another one. This was actually commemorating. This is, once again, they kind of went back and had a lot more detail, made a lot higher quality coin 5 years later when they did the 25th anniversary, 1996. It's kind of funny, they actually decorated the Cinderella's castle to look like a giant pink birthday cake. It was really ugly. If you go to Google or internet and just search for 20th anniversary Walt Disney World pictures and take a look at it, it's quite a nice one. I'm glad it didn't stay up there very long, but this commemorated the 25th anniversary in 1996. Another one, this is commemorating the 2000, so this is about 20 years old, so the turn of the millennium. Of course, this commemorates all the parks. Of course, Cinderella's Castle with Magic Kingdom, the Epcot Center, Spaceship Earth. It's kind of weird. They had this symbol of a water tower with giant Mickey ears, and it kind of set off to the side. You really didn't see it when you came into the park. It was supposed to be the symbol of the park, but it wasn't like a central icon like the other previous parks. Even this is the Tree of Life at Animal Kingdom. As soon as you walk into a park, you see all three of these. This one you hardly ever saw. In fact, I think they may have done away with it and got rid of it by now. This commemorated the Walt Disney World year 2000. And the other one is a very similar one. It doesn't commemorate any particular year, but it's just one that commemorates all four parks at the Magic Kingdom. And a couple other interesting ones I was able to find. This one is actually a copper one. I assume most of these are brass, copper, different metals. This one's all copper. And let me see if I can pull this thing out. It's stuck in there pretty good. Oh, there it goes. And this was at a gift shop. It came with a little card. Memento Mori. That's a little gift shop right outside the Haunted Mansion. And this is a Haunted Mansion coin. Of course, on the obverse you have Madame Leota, the little head and the crystal ball. If you've ever gone on the ride and seen that scene, she's known as Madame Leota, which is named after Leota Toombs, which was one of the Imagineers that was working on the ride back in the 60s, creating it out in California. And then on the back you have the different symbols of the zodiac and other symbols. I know the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. That's very obvious. I guess that's one for every month of the year, starting right there, going all the way down to Sagittarius, which 11, 12, toward the end of the year. I know my zodiac sign is Sagittarius. I don't know the ones in the middle. I'm not sure what those are, but I definitely know what the zodiac is. But a lot of detail, really nice coin. Picked that one off of eBay. And the last one I have is the largest coin, actually metal. And this celebrates 100 years of magic, which is the 100-year birthday of Walt Disney himself. And this is a very large coin. Let me see if I can take this thing out. Yeah. This is much larger than any of the other coins. So, oop, drop the thing here. I'll break it if I'm not careful. So, Cast Holiday Celebration 2001, his 100th birthday. He was born December 3rd, 1901. So, this is about 20 years old, a little over 20 years old. And I assume this is something they gave out to cast members. I never saw these for sale. So I think it's just a cast member giveaway to commemorate Walt's birthday. And I also picked this off of eBay. So anyway, that's just kind of a quick rundown of what I've been able to find at Walt Disney World over the last, well, almost 40 years. A lot of good coins out there. They made over the years. You can pick some up at different spots at the park, or you can just go on eBay and look for some of these and pick them up for $10 to $20 a piece. But anyway, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share, subscribe, and thanks for watching.